All right. Hopefully that works. Hayden Penna, huge pole vault this weekend. Congratulations, sir. Good talking to you, Hayden. Oh, God, man. How'd the Bills lose? Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. Thank you. Three more minutes and we get rolling. Just what I wanted to do on a Sunday night. How about you guys? Let me see what I got here. It's fun not to work hard. Man, there aren't too many people here. Anybody lose power yesterday? Good talking to you. I might shut this down if you people don't talk to me tonight. Otherwise, I'll be upset. William Spear, the first one to get kicked out. Bianchi, looks like you got your power back. Is that true, Bianchi? Or is your mic not working?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
All right, cool. Good. Hopefully it means everybody in Hilton's got their power back. All right, about 2 more minutes, we'll get started. All the late arrivals. Dante Mash, good run this weekend.
Oh, thank you.
Nice job. Bryn Mazzaferro. Good morning, Bryn.
Hello.
I said good morning. You're supposed to make fun of me.
Sorry.
Not awake yet. One more minute. And then I'm getting started. We just stare awkward at each other, except you all don't have your cameras on, so I'd have to stare awkwardly at nothing. Autumn Alexander, second to get kicked out. Sorry, Autumn. Loved having you here, kid. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I posted the answer key, by the way, to all of this, but it just has answers with no work. So if you're not sure how to do the problem, it'd be kind of difficult. I'm going to go through all the questions I assigned for homework. Most of the questions have duplicate questions. So if you're not sure how to do one of the problems that we went over, like, for example, if I go over number 1 and you don't know how to do it, then circle number 2 because it's a duplicate, basically a duplicate question. And at the end, I'll come back and I'll go over a few of those if you want to, okay? So we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. This would be a lot more fun and entertaining and actually meaningful for me if you guys, a couple of you were brave enough to have your mics on and answer questions. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm talking to myself, and that's kind of boring. So, feel free to answer questions that I ask. So what's this mean? Anybody?
Dilation of.
Wait,
No.
Yeah, no. Dilation factor 2/5. What does it mean? Anybody? What does it mean? Dilation wider. Nice job, Ms. Woods. Wider. Oops. I'm going to put that in there. Wider. It means that it's wider. Okay. And then the -5 is a
Right 5.
translation right 5. Good. Thank you. Translation right 5. And where are we going else?
Up 8.
Up 8. Perfect. So that's a pretty easy question. That might be a kicker, right? What if I put a negative in front? What would a negative in front do?
Reflect over the x-axis.
Reflect over the x-axis. Okay, I'm going to skip 2. Go to 3. This one says solve any way you want. What's the first thing I got to make sure I do with this?
Get X alone.
No, I don't want to get x alone. Not on these.
Have it equal to 0?
We want to set it equal to 0, but what's important about this?
X squared has to equal 1, like B1.
No, the x squared has to be positive. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to move this over. The only time the x squared has to be 1 is when we get to the problem that says complete the square. So I'm going to do 0 equals 7x squared plus 32x minus 15. You see how I brought everything to the right? Now, I can try to factor this, which probably isn't too hard because, by the way, anytime I ask you if you want to do something, might be factoring, might be a choice, might be a good choice for you. So, we can quickly factor it. What's the test to see if it's factorable? Anybody remember what the test is to see if it's factorable?
I think I do, but is it like the negative b over 2a, and then
No,
if it's like a perfect square, then it's factorable?
Close. It's close. It's the discriminant. If I check the discriminant real quick, if the discriminant's a perfect square, then it's factorable. So let me just do that real quick. Oops, where's my calculator? Can you guys see my calculator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so if I do this, 32, I don't know what 32 squared is, otherwise I'd write 32 squared. Minus 4 times 7 times negative 15. Now this is going to probably be a really big number. So I'm going to take the square root of that. The square root of that, just to see if it's a perfect square. And it is.
Oh.
So the fact that it's a perfect square means that the original is factorable. So I'm just going to quickly factor it. 7x and x. What multiplies to 15?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. What number when I multiply by 7 gets me close to 32?
Times 5.
Times 5. So I'm going to put the 5 over here and the 3 over here. See how that's 35 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the factoring. Now, which one's the plus?
The 5.
The 5 is the plus and the 3 is the minus. Now, be careful, kids. You're not done yet. My answer is x equals negative 5. And what's the answer here? Let's pretend like this 7 doesn't exist. What's the answer?
X equals 3
Yeah, x equals 3. So what's the real answer?
over 7.
3 over 7. There's your answers. How can I check this? Because I want to make sure you guys understand. It's all about checking your answers. How can I check this?
The calculator?
Yeah, let's do it real quick. I'm going to do it real quick. If you've got this at home, practice with me. We're going to do -3. Oops, control, where it has the division symbol. 7. We're going to store that into X. Then I'm going to type now always go back to the original question. Always go back to this question. So I'm just going to type the left side in, which is -7 x squared minus 32x. And if it equals -15, well, what did I do wrong?
Shouldn't it be positive?
Oh,
3
yeah,
sevens?
it's positive 3 sevens. So, well, that test, so I was going to say, this is a great test, even if you just check for whether or not you got the signs right. I didn't even do that. I didn't even want to do that on purpose. I was about to say, even if you want to just check it to make sure you got the signs right, here's a great check for that. And there it is, -15. And I can do the same thing with the other one. The other one's going to work as well. So I suggest you check those. Here's another one. We can practice that later. Convert the following from general form to vertex form. State the vertex, state the axis of symmetry. Okay. So this is the one where, again, if you don't know how to do this one, number 6 is the same question. So you can ask about it at the end. So if you don't know how to do this when I'm done, circle number 6. So y equals x squared minus 6x. And then we're going to add an x, or we're going to add a square. And we're going to push the 17 off. And what else are we going to do?
Minus a square?
Minus a square, because they're on the same side. So plus a square and minus square, they get rid of each other. Now, again, if you don't like that, you can always just add a square over here. Hold on, I got to admit. You can always add, I said add 10, but you can always add a square over here. Instead of add a square and subtract a square. Okay, what goes in the square, kids? Ship this problem. If you move the 17 over and add and subtract, it should take no time. What, 9?
Yeah.
9, I agree. And so we get x minus 3 squared, and then how much do these two add up to? 17 minus 9 is 8. Perfect. So now I got to do this. What's the vertex?
3, 8.
3, 8. Perfect. And my axis of symmetry?
X equals 3.
X equals 3. Now, I taught you the other day, how do we cheat? Or how do we check it?
Graph it?
Yeah, obviously we're going to graph it. Why am I doing? All right, so we're going to graph this thing. All right, so the original, I'm going to graph the original first, x squared minus 6x plus 17. Boom. What the heck? Oh, I can't. Why can't I see this?
It's
The y-intercept is
high,
17.
yeah.
It's way up here. The y-intercept is 17. It's like way up here. And notice the vertex was 3, 8. So how do I get the vertex? What do I do? How do I get to see the vertex?
Menu, then analyze graph.
Minimum?
Yeah.
Minimum. Click. There it is. 3, 8. Looks good. Now, now for those of you that are struggling with that axis of symmetry, I can go menu, analyze graph, axis of symmetry, click on the graph, and there I don't forget to write the x equals 3. Now, the last thing you want to check is just check your answer, just to make sure it looks perfect. So hit tab, and we're going to do parenthesis x minus 3, parentheses squared, plus 8. Now, if this is true, it should just line up right on top. Boom. Great check for the test, guys. Okay. So vertex, if I ask for vertex, it's push the number over, add and subtract the box is probably the easiest way. Should probably take you about 30 seconds to do the problem. Now, this question's weird. So whenever I ask these kind of questions, all I want you to do is find b squared minus 4ac. And I'm telling you, we're going to put a 4 in here, and we're going to put a 6 in here, and we're going to put an 8 in here, we're going to put a 9 in here, and we're going to put a 10 in here. So, what's b squared? Come on.
64.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 64 minus 4, and a is 2. So the first one I'm going to check is 4. Then I'm going to put in 6. Then I'm going to put in 8, and then I'm going to put in 9, and then I'm going to put in 10. And I'm going to see what I get for a discriminant. We're going to talk about each one of these. And it shouldn't take me very long. I'll just do this all. Oops. So let me get rid of this. Nope. Yep. So 64 minus 4 times 2 times 4. And I get 32. So we're going to write 32 there. I'm going to do it again for 6. Get 16. And I'm going to do it again for 8. And I'll explain kind of what all this is about in a second. 0. Then I'm going to do it for 9. Negative 8. And then I'm going to do it for 10 while I'm here. So, oops, I got, what was the other one? Negative 8. And then this was negative 8. And that was negative 16. All right, so you guys tell me this. Which one of these gives us real, rational, and unequal roots? The key is rational. Which one is it? Look over here. Which one's going to give me real and rational roots?
6.
6.
Yeah, 6. Well, the 16. So if I put in 6 to go here, I would get real and rational roots. Great. Which one gives me real, rational, but equal roots? Remember, it's a double root. It's a bounce point.
Oh, 0.
8.
0. So that would be 8 as my C value. Which one is going to be irrational? 2 of them, but irrational.
32.
The 32. So that's the 4. And then how do I get imaginary roots?
Negatives.
9 or 10, the 2 negatives. So these 2 are negative. So remember, this is my discriminant. So if the discriminant is equal to 0, that's equal. That's what you got to remember. It's a bounce point. If the discriminant is less than 0, it's imaginary. And if the discriminant is a perfect square, what is it? 16, 25, 36. What is it going to be?
Real and rational.
Real and rational. And then if it's like just a number D is greater than 0, then it's just going to be and not a perfect square. It's irrational. I think there's another problem similar to that, but more like what you're going to see on the test. All right. So now I'm going to do 9. Okay. Notice 8 is basically the same as 9. So if you don't know how to do 9, circle 8. So do you remember what we're going to do on this?
Put all the X's and Y's together.
Put all the X's together with a what?
Plus.
With a
With
box.
the X.
And then put the Y's together with a box. And what do we do with the 144?
Push it to the other side.
Push it to the other side. So that's negative 144. All right, what goes in the first box? Oh, wait, what have we forgotten?
You add more boxes. 2
You
more.
got to put 2 boxes over here, right? The matching boxes. Okay, I almost forgot that. What goes in the first box?
64.
64. Perfect. So what goes in the parentheses?
X plus 8 squared.
X plus 8 squared. Beautiful. There's only 56 people here. That's weird. And then what goes in the second box?
81.
81. Oh, I forgot to put the 16 and the 81 over here, too. Oh, wait, something's not right.
64.
Oh, I put 16, not 64. That's 64. Thank you, sir. That's a 4, by the way. All right, so we put what in the parentheses?
X minus 9.
We're going to go with Y minus 9. And this equals, anybody add all this up? 145. So that adds up to 1. So what is my center? Something's wrong.
Wouldn't it be not Y minus
Yeah,
9?
it would be 9. It would be 9. I was so interested in yelling at the person about, I wasn't yelling at it, but that should be a 9. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So what's my center, kids?
Negative 8, 9.
Ooh, man, that was a deep voice. Negative 8, 9. And what's my radius? square root of this, right? So it's
One.
just 1. Common mistakes. Common mistakes. You're going to forget the plus sign. You're going to forget the squareds on both of these. And you already heard the other common mistake, putting two X's in here. Right, Bish? All right. Complete the square. Just messing with you, kiddo.
Are you going to post this on Google Classroom after?
I'm going to post the video afterwards, but I'm telling you right now, it's probably not going to be available until 11 o'clock or so, or 12. And yeah, hopefully the recording works. So I'm going to try to do it. So yes. All right. So complete the square means we have to have our leading coefficient that's 1. Okay. We have to have our leading coefficient at 1. Well, here's the problem. If I divide everything by 3, is this divisible by 3?
No.
Oh, wait, I don't want to do this one. I want to do 11 because 11 was your homework question. So let's do this one. So completing the square. First things first, I want everything, the leading coefficient to be a 1. So I'm going to divide the whole thing through by
-2.
-2. So when I do that, because I'm dividing by a negative, all the signs are going to change. And we're going to divide everything by 2. So we get x squared minus 10x minus 34 equals -5. Okay, who remembers the next step?
Move the 35 over.
Yep, we're going to move the 34 over. We're going to add the 34 over. We're going to add the 34 over. And then we're going to write it with 2 boxes because that's to complete the square part. All right. What goes in? Oh, is that right? 29? I think so, yeah. All right, oh, yeah. This one turns out to be Funky Cold Medina. What goes in the box, kids?
25.
25. 25. Ooh, I might have the wrong answer here. Oh, no, it's right. All right, so what goes in here?
X minus 5 squared.
X minus 5 squared equals 54. I add those up. All right, now what?
Move the 54 back over.
Nope.
Square root.
The square root.
Take the square root of both sides, and don't forget what?
Plus
Plus
or
or minus.
Plus or minus. Good. So I get x minus 5 equals plus or minus. Now, you need to simplify the square root of 54. What perfect square goes into 54?
9. No.
Yep, 9 times 6.
Oh, yeah.
9 times 6 is 54. What's the square root of 9?
3.
So this is 3. Square root of 6. And final step?
Add the minus 5 over.
Yeah, bring the 5 over. So I get x equals 5 plus or minus 3 square roots of 6. Now, kids, I cannot stress this enough, right? There's a lot of places we could have made some dumb mistakes there. So you really, really, really want to check this. Hold on. So we're going to take this answer, 5 plus. You only have to check one of them. If one of them works, the other one's going to work. 3 square roots of 6. This is one of those ones where you just have to check one. Control bar x. And then I'm going to type in the original problem, just in case I screwed something else up. So negative 2x squared plus 20x plus 68. Now, if this equals 10 or really close to 10, we're good. Perfect. We're good. 100%. The other one's going to work too. So make sure you check those answers. All right. So that was that one. We're going to do one more of those, and you'll see why in a minute. 13 and 12 are very similar questions. So if you don't understand 13, and come back and ask me about 12. Solve by completing the square again. This one's going to be a little bit different than the last one. A little bit different. We already got a 1 here. So what do?
Put the 80 over.
Bring the 80 over. So I'm going to go x squared minus 10x plus square equals negative 100 plus square. Right. We're going to subtract 80 over. All right, what goes in the square?
25.
25. Half of 10. Half of 10 goes in the box. 25. All right. What's the factoring here?
X minus 5.
X minus 5 squared equals
75
very
or
close.
negative 75.
Negative 75. Thank you, ma'am. Now we do what?
Square root.
Square root of both sides. Don't forget a what?
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus. Now, because of this negative, what do I know is going to be the answer?
I.
I. And on the test, I'll say in simplest A plus BI form, plus or minus BI form. So that'll key you in that you better be getting a negative. So X minus 5 equals, all right, square root of negative 75. What perfect square goes into 75?
25.
Right, so we're going to write negative 25 times 3. What's the square root of negative 25?
5i.
5.
5i. So plus or minus 5i square roots of 3. And then what do we do?
Move the 5 over.
Slide the 5 over. So I get x equals 5 plus or minus 5i square roots of 3. Now, again, two things. One, number 12 is very similar to this. And two, I have the answer key. I posted the answer key to this in Google Classroom. So if you want to just try these on your own, you're certainly more than welcome to look what we did here and try them on your own as well if you don't want to ask questions at the end. All right, check, check, check. We're going to check this one too. All of these things can be checked. So let's see. 5 plus 5. Remember the i's down here. I square roots of 3. This will make sure you didn't forget an I or something silly. All right. And then again, we're going to type in the original problem, which was x squared, not z, I guess. We'll go with x squared minus 10x plus 80. And we're hoping that we get close to negative 20. 100%. We're good. What I want you to do, if you get these right, I want you to correct your own. Be like, checked it, nailed it. Remember, check the original though. Don't check the crazy change problems. All right. Next one, 15. All right, 15, 6-point question. Something like this can be a 6-point question. It's going to take a little while to do this one, so let's just take our time. Be careful of your signs, okay? Anybody want to give me this first equation?
Negative 24
Negative
equals
24.
x plus 3 or 3a. Not, oh, I messed up bad. 3a.
Remember, we're going to plug the 3 in for squared, right? So 9a.
Yeah, that one.
And
Sorry.
a is always positive. Then what?
Minus 3. B.
Minus 3b, and then plus
C.
c. Anybody want to give me the second equation? Let me see. It's 6-3. This is easier.
I got it.
Go for it.
3 equals 36a plus 6b
36A
plus c.
6b plus
C.
c. Sir. And final one. Anybody?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Let's do it.
Wouldn't it be negative 9 equals 144 plus
A.
12?
A
Yeah,
plus
144A
12b
plus 12b plus C.
plus c. And at this time, we do what?
Go to the calculator and get the answers.
Go to the calculator and get the answer. Now, since I don't know what it is right in front of me, I'm going to do this real quick. How do we get there?
Menu.
Menu.
Then algebra.
And algebra. And for you, it's going to be number 2, solve a system of equations. My calculator is a little bit crazier. Changes to a 3. Press what number? What am I pressing?
Tab.
Tab. A, comma, B, comma, C. Enter. All right. So let's see. This is going to take me a second. Negative 24. If you've got this calculator at home, you should be practicing. 9A plus 3B. Oh, minus 3B. Son of a. Minus 3B. And then plus C. And can someone read the next one?
3 equals 36a plus 6b plus c.
Someone let me know if I screw up typing these in. Okay, give me. Oh wait, hold on. I can move this over and get the last one. Negative 9 equals 144A plus 12B plus C. All right, yours won't look like that. Mine's just a little bit weird. It'll just say negative 1/3, 4, negative 9. So my answer, if you guys get those right down, what negative 1/3, 4, and negative 9. So I'm gonna come down here at the bottom and write the answer. Y equals negative 1/3 x squared plus 4x minus 9. That is the answer to the question. Now we got to go do the work. What letter do we always get rid of?
C.
C. And how we do that?
Inverting the middle equation.
Right. We just take the middle equation and change it all to negatives.
I have a question.
You got it, sister. I got an answer.
So for this, do we always use the middle equation to get rid of C?
Yes.
It actually makes no difference. It actually makes no difference which one you use. So if you wanted to take the middle, this one off this purple one and put it underneath the other two, that's fine. Whatever equation you pick, you just put that one under both the others and negate it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep, nice question. All right, here we go. This is negative 27. Just be careful of your signs. Equals, I believe that's negative 27 as well. Minus 9. Ooh, all those doggone negatives. They stink. All right, we got negative 12. I think that may be why she's asking. What is this? 108?
Yeah.
And then plus 6b. All right, now what? Now we got an issue. I'm glad I did this one. I think the other one might be easier than this one. What letter do you guys want to get rid of?
A.
B.
I think I want to go with B, unless 20. I don't think 27 goes into 108, so that'd be a problem. So what are we going to multiply this one over here by?
6.
Sure, 6. What are we going to multiply this one by then?
9.
9.
9. Sure. You could have multiplied this one by 2 and this one by 3, though. Do you see that? That would give you 18.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to. Can we do that? It's a little bit
Yeah.
smaller. 9 would work, but if I multiply this by 2, that gives me negative 18. If I multiply this one by 3, that gives me positive 18. All right, so this one is negative 54. It's just slightly smaller numbers. The one on the test won't be this crazy. And it's really only because they're slightly larger numbers. And then minus 18. And now I'm going to multiply this one by 3, so that's negative 36 equals 324A, sorry about this, plus 18B. Boom, boom. That should be 18, by the way. All right, what is 324 minus 54?
270.
Thank you, sir. So we get negative 90 equals 270A. Now what?
Divide negative 90 by 270.
Anybody want to guess what that is?
Negative
1/3.
Negative 1/3. All right. Oops. Equals A, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A. All right. So let's see. I think we want to put it in the one on the right because I think it's got less negatives. So we're going to do negative 12.
Would you be allowed to use the middle equation if you wanted to?
You can't. Because the middle equation has all 3 letters. Right? You got to use one that's only got 2 letters in it. We only use the beginning equations when we have 2 letters. Good question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Negative 12 equals 108 times negative 1/3. Plus 6b. That's negative 36. So this is negative 12 equals negative 36. Just put in your calculator. Plus 6b. Now what?
Add negative 36 over.
Yeah, add the 36 over. So I get 24 equals 6b. And b equals what?
4.
4. All right, now we make a decision on which one to plug it back into. Does it look like the middle one's the easiest?
Yeah.
All positives. I agree. So we're going to do 3. equals 36 times negative 1/3 plus 6 times 4 plus C. Now, please do me a favor. When you get to this point, just type this stuff into your calculator, right? You're going to find out that if you just type it in, I mean, it doesn't take very long. 36 parenthesis negative 1 over, divided by, is it 3? And is that plus 6 times 4? It's just going to be 12, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Plus 6 times 4. It'll just be 12. But just type it in. So you get 3 equals 12 plus C, and then we subtract it over, get C equals negative 9. And we're done. I promise you that the numbers won't be as large on tomorrow. All right. Again, there's another one of those to do later if you want me to see me do one more, or you can do them on your own. All right, 16. Nice big 6-point question here. Domain. Domain, anybody? Should be easy.
Negative infinity, infinity.
Yep, negative infinity to positive infinity. Range.
Negative 12 to infinity.
Negative 12 to infinity. Now, if you do this, is it right?
A bracket on the negative 12.
Yeah, that would be a -1. We don't want that, right? Bracket. Make sure you know it's a solid point right there. All right. Decreasing. What do I got to remember about increasing and decreasing? What's that one tricky thing I got to remember?
You don't use Y's.
You don't use what?
Y's.
Yes, we don't use Y's. That's one of them. Absolutely.
The vertex is not counted in the equation.
Yeah, make sure you don't use brackets is what he's saying. Okay, decreasing. What's it doing here?
Decreasing.
Decreasing. And over here it's?
Increasing.
Increasing. And the cutoff is? And that's
2.
terrible. 2. So 2 is the cutoff. So from negative infinity all the way up to 2, it is decreasing. Notice on the 2, we use a parenthesis. If I ask for increasing, that would be 2 to positive infinity. If I didn't ask that, I asked decreasing. All right. Is it concave up or down?
Up.
Up. Easy question. What does this mean?
When the line's under 0.
Kind of not
Above
really.
the x-axis?
Say it again.
Above the x-axis?
Okay, so that symbol is less than. So is less than above or less than above below?
Oh, no, below the y. The
Less
x-axis.
than below. So we're looking for below the x-axis. So we're looking for this. Oh, we got to estimate here. Oh my God, that's terrible. Yep, below the x-axis. Good comment. So below the x-axis. So let's estimate. Where does it start becoming below the x-axis?
Negative 1.5.
Negative 1.5. And where does it stop?
5.4.
So negative 1.5. I would just say to 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Huge here, kids. Do I use brackets or parentheses?
Brackets.
Brackets.
Brackets. Why?
Because there's an equal to
Equal to.
sign under it.
There's an equal to sign. Absolutely. All right. So if I ask, I'm going to ask you to graph it. It's just negative 1.5 and 5.5. Open or close circles?
Close.
Close, because we got the equal to. And where does the lines go?
In between.
In between. All right. What if it? So if it didn't have an equal to, then you would do the parentheses, and these would be open circles. I wonder if either test's going to have one's going to have one than the other. Make sure you're well aware of that. Okay. All right. Focus directrix. I'm going to question 17. Focus directrix. And notice 18 is similar. So if you're struggling, you could go either do this on your own or ask me about it later. X comma Y. And I'm going to go over some bonus review too at the end for those of you who need a little help with that. All right, X comma Y. What's the key to doing this problem? What's the first thing we got to do? Oh, I'm just going to drink my coffee.
Distance formula.
Well, we want to find 2 distances. Remember, the first one's really easy. It's this one right here. It's D1.
Y minus.
You got it. y minus -4. What is y minus -4?
4.
Y plus 4, right? And then the other one is between these two. And we're going to use the big long distance formula.
Mm-hmm.
So distance 2 is equal to square root x what?
-6,
Minus 6, good, squared, plus
2.
Y plus 2.
y plus 2 squared. And what do I do with these two things?
Set them equal to each other.
Let them equal each other. Plus y plus 4 equals. I expect to hear that in the test tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. It's annoying. All right, what do we do?
You
Square both sides.
Square both sides. I got like 2 people answering it. The others can answer too. I love that. All right, we talked about double distributing these things. If you're not good at this, come over here off to the side and do it, write this thing twice. Can't do 4s anyway. And then double distribute it. But if you remember, we square this, multiply these two things together and double it. That's plus 8y. And then square the 4, we get 16. And then we do the same thing with this one and the same thing with this one. X squared minus 12x plus 36 plus y squared plus 2 times y is 2y. Double it, I get 4y plus 4. Hopefully you guys remember that the y squareds go. Why are you not letting me? Not let me pick a pen. Hold on a second. I don't like when I can't pick a pen. Uh-oh. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we're going to bring this 4y over. And I'm going to bring the 16 back over here. I'm going to bring the 16 back. So I get 4y equals, what do we got?
X squared minus 12x.
X squared minus 12x. Now this is probably what, 20?
20, yeah.
24? Final step.
Wouldn't that just be 20?
No, this is 20 plus 4.
Oh, plus 4.
24. We're going to divide by 4. Don't forget, you're going to put all those numbers together. Usually there'll be 3 numbers. One you bring over, and then these 2 that are over here. And then we divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. So I get y equals, my wrist guard is causing this thing all kinds of problems. 1/4 x squared minus 3x plus 6. All right, how do we check it?
Calculator.
Calculator. All right, so we're going to quickly graph this thing. And this is another one of those ones, once you check it and you got it right, just circle it and say, nailed it. All right, 1/4. 1/4 x squared minus 3x plus 6. Now what?
You look for the direct dose and focus.
How do I get there?
Menu. Analyze graph.
Analyze graph.
Analyze conics.
Analyze. Oh, man, what happened? Menu 6/8. Uh-oh, menu 6. Oh, mine's going to be a little bit different. Yours is menu 6/8. Mine's 6/9 for some reason. Menu 6/8, and then you choose focus. Click. There it is. Got it. That's what we had. We do it again. Menu 6/8. And we choose directrix. Boom. And those are the 2 pieces of information that were given. You know you got it right. Circle it. Put a little C right on there. Go, nailed it. Wait. All right. 19's pretty easy. I'm going to quickly go. What's this?
A reflection over the x-axis.
Right. Reflection over x-axis. The 3/4. Good. Dilation by a factor of 3/4. Remind me, wider or narrower?
Wider.
Wider. What if it was 5/4? Would that be wider or narrower?
Narrower.
That would be narrower because it's bigger than 1. I wouldn't do that to you. And then we're going to go translation. Right 1, down 1. Y'all agree?
Yep.
Okay. Strategy. Tell me a strategy for figuring out what interval I should use on my graphing calculator for these. Give me a strategy. Come on, anybody in here can answer that question. Let's go. Give me a strategy for solving this problem, figuring out R of P or just P. It's really easy. When all else fails, what should you do?
Graph it.
Hell yeah. Ooh, heck yeah, graph it. Heck yeah, grab it. Why not? Let's grab it. If ever all else fails on these things, let's see what's going on here. We know it's an upside down parabola. 60, don't use P though, that'd be a big problem. 60x minus 1.5x squared. Oh my goodness. What do we have to do, kids? What's the strategy?
Move your window.
Change your window. What don't we need?
The negative side.
We do not need negatives. We don't need negatives. I have no idea how big this is going to be. I'm just going to make this like, I'll make it 0. I don't even care. 0. Press tab. I have no idea. 500? I have no idea. Press tab. Ooh, that's not bad. Anybody want to guess over here?
200?
200. I don't care. Press tab. Ooh, 200 is a little strong. Oh, do you see we need more than 500? So what do we want? 700? Tab. How about 100 here? Tab. 100 is a little much, isn't it?
Try 50.
Oh, let's try 50. All right, there we go. So, remind me, kids, what does this mean? Don't overthink it. Go in its simplest form. What does it mean?
It's asking what window for Y did you use?
Y values. Y values. I'm asking for what are we going to use for our Y values? What's the low end I should be using for our Y value?
Zero.
And then what's the high end? I don't know. What do we pick? 100?
Yeah.
Or no, 600, 700? Go 700. I don't care. Right? So, if this was I'll come back to it. What does this mean? What am I looking for? Come on, kids, put 2 and 2 together. I'm looking for X values. I'm looking for X values. So one asks for the independent variable, the X values. One asks for the dependent variables, the Y values. So again, I don't need negative. 0 to, I don't know, what do we pick here? 50? 0 to 50. Now, if this was a multiple choice questions, your answers would look something like this. Negative 700 to 700. Can you guys see that or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Negative 50 to 50. Oops. 0 to 50. And 0 to 700. Now, if that was a multiple choice question, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Get rid of the stupid answers.
Get rid of anything with negative so you don't pick them. And then you got to decide, okay, wait a second. These are the X's. These are the Y's. What are they asking me for? Did they ask me for F of X, H of X, P of X, Q of X? If they ask me for all those, I'm looking for the Y's. If they ask me for just P or T or X or Q or whatever, then they're looking for the X values. Be careful which way I might ask that question. All right, I'm pretty sure I asked you to do 21. 21's a tricky question. 21's a tricky question. So we're going to assume that the answer, the question, make sure you know how to do this one, right? These are like the multiple choice answers. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So here's the question. What are you going to put in for C to look for 2 rational roots? Someone tell me what I need to know about this. 2 rational roots.
It's gonna be square root.
Perfect square.
Yep.
What about 2, and it's got to be greater than 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 irrational roots. What do I got to remember? What's the thing I want to remember?
It's greater than 0, but
greater than 0, but
not perfect square.
Perfect square. What do I got to remember about this? 2 and 1 root or equal roots.
It's 0.
Discriminant is equal to 0. What do I want to remember about imaginary?
It's a negative.
It's a negative. All right, so what's the big thing that we're talking about here? What's the thing we want to figure out? Discriminant. And what is it? What's the formula? Come on, quickly.
B squared minus 4AC.
B squared minus 4AC. B squared minus 4AC. That's it. What's B squared, kids?
Oh,
64?
No.
Right? Negative 8 squared is 64 minus 4 times 2 times. All right. Now, if this is a multiple choice question, what do you think you should do with these numbers?
plug them in.
Plug them in. So we're going to put in 3. So we're going to come over to the dumb machine. We're going to put in 3. 64 minus 4 times 2. Times 2 times 3. Boom. 40. Which one does that go with? 40. D equals. Would you all agree it's this one?
Yeah.
D equals 40. Positive, not a perfect square. All right, let's put in 6. 64 minus 4 times 2 times 6. Boom, 16. D equals 16. Which one does that go to?
A.
A. D equals 16. Perfect square. Let's put in 8. 0. D equals 0. That's this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this, by the way, this answer would be 8. This answer was 3. And this answer was 6? No, this answer was 3. No, this answer was 6, right? And then, anybody want to guess what happens when I put a 12 in?
It's going to be negative.
Yeah, it's going to be negative. Boom, negative 32. So that's 12. So here's what I'm trying to tell you, kids. Don't get thrown off by the fact that let me ask you this question. Maybe I'll put a K here. I'll put a K here and I'll give you these answers, A equals 10 or B equals 12 or C equals negative 3 and D equals negative 8. Just plug them in, figure out what the numbers are. Let's say you come up with 169. What is it? 169. Come on, 169. Is that a perfect square?
No.
Yes, it is. It's 13 squared, 169. So if you don't know if it's a perfect square, take the square root of it. Take the square root of 169. Oh, yeah, it's 13. What if it came up with 50? A, B, C, or D? 50.
Would it be
50. 0.
C?
B, always 0. Imaginary is just negative. So really, these are the two that are going to be the hardest, right? What if I came up with 225? A or B?
A.
225 is a perfect square. 164. If you don't know, take the square root of it. Take 164. Oops. Oh, well, your calculator will give you a decimal. That would go here. What about 196? If you don't know, check it.
A. Right?
Is it? I don't know. 196.
13.
Oh, 14. There it is. Okay, good. Okay, this is an interesting question. I want to do 22. I hope I assigned it because I want to do it. So 120, let's say complete the square. So what number would I have to add to both sides to complete the square? Do you guys, besides the fact I got to bring the 12 over, what number is going to be added to both sides? Anybody remember how to find that?
Take half of it and square it.
So I take half of it and square it. What would I end up adding over here?
25.
25, right? So I take 10, I divide by 2, and I square it. What would I end up adding over here? Think about this. What's half of this?
1.
Half of that is 1. 1 squared is 1. This one's tricky. What about this one? What's half of this one?
2.5.
Nope. Yes, but nope.
Negative 2.5.
Nope. Come on. Somebody, stop telling me decimals.
Negative
What is
5
half
over
of
2?
5? What is it?
Negative 5 over 2?
Yeah, half of this is negative 5 over 2. I don't care about the negative. And then if I square it, what do I get? Don't overthink it. Just square
25 over 4.
25 over 4. You square the 5, you square the 2. What would this one be? What would I end up adding on both sides? Well, what's half of this?
Negative 11 over 2.
So I don't care about the negative because we're going to end up squaring it. So we'll just do that. So what's this? 121 over 4. Don't sweat that one out, but you might want to know how to do that. All right. Let's assume this was 3 different questions. 1, 2, 3. And these were your answers. Anybody got it's multiple choice. This is choice A. Let's pretend like these don't exist. And there's the problem. This is, okay, what's the answer? And here are your choices. A, B, C, and D. Anybody got a strategy for solving these? Like a simple thing that any fool could do?
Maybe just like store it into the calculator.
Rock on, Wilson. Rock on. Nice job. All we do is check the answers. If I give you the answers, check them. Why bother going through the whole process, right? If I give you the answers, simply just check them. Here's one of those things that if I put a question like this on a test, I'm testing your test-taking strategies, not necessarily your math skills, okay? So I would just test them. So negative 3 plus 2 square roots of 3. And we're going to store that into X. Sometimes I put questions on just to test your test-taking strategy. So type it in. X squared plus 6X minus 3. Hopefully it equals 0. There it is. So the answer to this one is X equals negative 3 plus 2 square roots of 3. I didn't expect that to work, actually. All right, let's find the answer to this one. Let's think, maybe, I don't know, maybe we think it's this one, negative 3 minus 5, negative 6 minus 3i. So negative 6 minus 3i. I'm going to store that into X. And I think that one goes with choice 2. So X squared minus 8X plus 61. Oops. Nope. Didn't equal 0. Maybe it goes with the last one. X squared plus 12X plus 45. Ah, there it is. There's the answer to that one. So that one is negative 6 plus, minus 3i. And then the last one is C. We're going to put in C. So I'm just going to take 4 minus 3i square roots of 5. And I'm going to store that into X. And then I'm going to type in the problem. X squared minus 8X plus 61. This should work. I get 0. So my point to you is if I give you the answers, there's no problem with just storing those and checking which one works. It's a test-taking strategy question rather than a actual math question. All right. What do I know about the discriminant?
It's negative.
It's negative, so the roots are
Imaginary.
imaginary. What do I know about the discriminant? Somebody else.
It equals 0.
The discriminant equals 0. So what do I know about the roots? They are real. They're always going to be real as long as they're not imaginary. Real. Are they going to be rational or irrational?
Rational.
Rational, because you can take the square root of 0. And equal, right? Is the bounds point? All right. What do I know about the rationals here? Or what do I know about the discriminant here? You don't know what it is, but what do you know about it?
It's not a perfect. Wait, which one are you talking about?
I'm going with this one right here. It's hitting these nice points.
Oh, the nice points, then it's a perfect square.
And it's a perfect square. See how it's hitting nice points? It's a perfect square. So this would be real. And because they're nice points, it would be rational. And there'd be 2 roots. And you see how this put ugly points? So I know the discriminant is greater than 0, and it's just not a perfect square. And they're real irrational. Whenever the discriminant is not nice, they're irrational because you're taking the square root of an ugly number, and it's 2 roots. Okay? All right. Solve any way you want. So what do we do first? This is another one of these questions.
Move everything over.
8x over.
Move the x squared over because we want to have a positive x squared. So 0 equals, and I hope I use the quadratic formula on one of these questions. Oh my God, I never used the quadratic formula in any of these questions. Son of a gun. We're going to do it on this one. 12x squared plus 8x plus minus 15. Do you all agree?
Yep.
All right. So let's do the quadratic formula, even though this one turns out to be nice, I think. We're going to do another one by quadratic formula too. So this is A equals what?
Negative 12.
We'll go with 12 because we're going to use this.
Oh.
B equals
8.
8, and C equals
Negative 15.
negative 15. And then we're going to do D equals 64 minus 4 times 12 times negative 15. Wow, that's going to be a big number. 64 minus 4 times 12 times negative 15. 784. So we end up with x equals, what's negative b? So the formula is negative b over 2a, so that's negative 8 over 2a. What's 2a?
24.
24.
Oh.
24. Plus or minus the square root of 7. I think this is 784. I can't ever do 4's right. Over 24. Now we got to simplify the square root of 784, and believe it or not, it's a perfect square. And this may happen to you. Every year this happens to some kid and they screw it up. Don't screw this up. What do I do now? Am I done?
No.
No, if it turns out like nice like this, you actually have to type it into your calculator. You got to give me the answer. So you're going to do control division. If that happens to you on the test, then hey, make sure you type in the calculator because it might happen to you. Negative 8 over 24 plus 28 over 24. So one of your answers is 5/6. The other answer is negative 3/2. And because that was a perfect square, the original was actually factorable. All right, those are those answers. I guess we can do one more of these. I want to get to. Oh, there they are. Now I found them. What time is it? Oh, we're in good shape. So we're gonna put the X's together with a box, the Y's together with a box. This should be like a really quick question for you. Minus 20x plus. I want to get to a couple of the harder questions in a few minutes. Plus y squared plus 6y before you all start falling asleep on me. Plus square. By the way, I just got my reminder. I'm supposed to be in bed. Stupid phone tells me to figure it out when I go to bed and told me to go to bed. So negative. I hate iPhones. They're like, literally. You're not believe me, but it literally says your bedtime reminder on there. I think I might have set that up though. All right, what goes in the box here?
100.
100. Half of 20. So we're going to write x minus 10 squared. And we put 100 here. What goes in the other box?
9.
36.
9.
Nope, 9.
So
I'm
it's
wrong.
y plus 3 squared. Remember, it's half of whatever that middle number is. And 9 goes over here. I have no idea what that number is. 109 minus 84, 16 and 9. Is that 25?
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me out. 25. Oh, there they are. All right, so center is good answer.
10, 3.
Thank you. 10 what?
Negative 3.
And negative 3. And my radius is what?
5.
5.
Perfect. Okay. So we're going to go to. Oh, you guys need more practice with this. Let me do 29 real quick. 29. This test question should take a minute to do. We're going to push the 31 over, write it with two boxes, right? 1 plus, 1 minus. The vertex form. Anytime I ask vertex form, we're going to push it over and write it with two boxes. And if you only like to do plus boxes, put a plus box on the other side. I'm going to do a minus box. All right, what goes in the box?
36.
36. So I get y equals, what's the factoring here?
X minus squared.
X minus 6 squared minus
5.
minus 5. All right, so what's the vertex?
6.
Negative 5.
Negative
6
5.
negative 5. Perfect. And my x is a symmetry.
X equals negative 6?
Nope.
Or 6?
It's whatever this value is, right? And you know what? So again, why not come over here, just for those of you that either weren't here or missed this, come over here, graph this thing, x squared minus 12x plus 31, right? Graph it, and then check for the vertex. Analyze graph minimum. Click. There it is. 6 negative 5. Yep, got that right. And then how do I get to axis of symmetry? Analyze again. Analyze. Axis of symmetry. Boom, click on it. And that way, there's no second guessing. There it is. X equals 6. I nailed it. And I can graph the one I came up with and see that it matches over it. Okay, so again, if you're struggling with that, I have the answer key for this in Google Classroom. You can practice another problem before the test tomorrow as review. Let's do 31. Solve by completing the square. This is going to be a very typical question on the test. What am I doing first here?
Divide everything by 5.
Right, divide the whole thing by 5 because I need to have a leading coefficient that's 1. So only when we do completing the square do we throw out a number. So we get x squared plus 10x plus 3 equals negative 4. All right, we divided everything by 5. What's next?
Do you add the 4 over or at minus the 3 over?
We're going to bring the 3 over, and we're going to write it with two boxes. X squared plus 10x plus squared equals negative 7 plus squared. What goes in the square, kiddos?
25.
I agree. 25. Half of 10, which is 25, squared is 20. Half of 10 is 5. Squared is 25. So what goes into factoring?
X plus 5
plus
squared.
5.
X plus 5 squared equals 18. Now what?
Square root.
Get the square root.
Square
both
root. And don't forget a what?
plus or minus.
Plus or minus. Perfect. So I get X plus 5 equals. Anybody remember the perfect square that goes in 18?
9.
9.
9. What's the square root of 9?
3.
3.
3. So this is 3 squared to 2. And then what do I do?
Minus the
From
5.
5 over.
Minus the 5 over. Perfect. Nice job, guys. So a negative 5 plus or minus 3 square roots of 2. And only to save time, I'm not going to do it, but you would store this in for X, type in the left side, and verify you get negative 20. Boom. Then put a C on it. All right, we're going to do a quadratic formula question on the next page. So we're going to do this one by quadratic formula. So this is what's going to be on the board for you. I'm going to write it the way you see it on the formula sheet. It'll be written on the board, but I want you to split it up, right? So what's the first thing we got to do in this problem?
Move the 3x over. 3x squared.
3x squared over. We never want to have a negative x squared. Never, 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 never. All right, so we're going to write 0 equals 3x squared minus 8x plus 3. Now what? A, B, C, D? What's A?
3.
B?
Negative 8.
Negative 8.
C is
3.
3. And then we write B squared minus 4AC. What's B squared?
9.
That's weird. D squared, anyone?
Oh,
Whoa, 64.
64? Yeah. The other ones would be 9. All right. So minus 4 times 3 times 3. I don't know what this is.
that's
28.
46.
This equals 28? I agree. All right, 28. All right, so then all we got to do is type this stuff in. So we get x equals. Remember, I want it split up. So negative b over 2a. What are we writing?
Negative 8.
Negative b.
Oh, positive 8.
Yep, positive 8 over 2a is 6 plus or minus the square root of
28.
28 over
6.
6. Now, simplest radical form. What perfect square goes into 28?
9.
4.
4. 4 times
7.
7. What is the square root of 4?
2.
2.
2. So this is 2 square root of 7. So now we just got to simplify it. Anybody know what 8 over 6 is?
2.
If you know, you can just come over to this dumb machine.
2 over 3.
Okay, so we're going to need this dumb machine. We're going to introduce ourselves. 8 divided by 6 is 4/3. What's 2 over 6?
1/3.
1/3. So this is just the square root of 7 over 3. Check it. Store this into X. Type in the left side. Type in the right side. I'm going to do that real quick because I want to show you how to do this one. So I got to lose my answer over. So 4/3 plus, and all you got to do is check one of them. If one of them works with these quadratics, oops, what the heck is that thing? If one of them works, then both work. Don't worry, the way this is going to come out looking a little funky. Well, actually, it might come out just looking like this. Oops. How about we say equals X? All right, yours is going to come out as a decimal. And then I'm going to type in the left side, which is negative 3x squared. So I type in negative 3x squared, enter. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. That's not what your calculator is going to look like. Your calculator is gonna look like this. Your calculator will give you that answer, and then I'm gonna type in the right side. -8 x plus 3. I'm gonna type in the right side. Oops, got the plus. -8x plus 3. Boom. Do you notice how the two decimals are the same? Nailed it. Perfect. Left side equals the right side. Do not use the equals button. All right.
Hey, Mr. Krause.
Yes.
Where does the 2 go
What 2?
from the radical 7?
Well, sorry. 2 goes into itself once. 2 goes into 6 3 times. It became 1/3. I just didn't write the 1 there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sorry.
I just reduced the fraction. All right, I got another one of these to do. So I figured since it's a big question, we might want to do that. And I think another. So I'm ending on the 2. Well, the next 3 questions I'm doing are worth about half your test. So I'm going to suggest we pay attention on these. So our first one is 2, 4. And while I'm waiting here, while I'm writing these down, why don't you guys write the 3 equations? Verify that you get the 3 equations right. Don't wait for me. Write the 3 equations. I'm going to go clean up my calculator. It's a mess. I'm going to blame Goody now. It's got to be his fault somehow. Oh, the Bills lost. Urgh. I'll give you another 30 seconds on these, and then I'm going to let somebody give me that first one. Anybody feeling cocky on the first one?
-14 equals 4a plus 2b plus c.
4a plus 2b or not to be plus c. All right, somebody else on the middle one?
-6 equals 20a plus 10b plus c.
100a plus 10b plus c. Be careful. It's 10 squared. That's a tricky question.
Oh.
And then the last one, kids?
-18 equals 16a plus 4b plus c.
4b plus c. Okay. Oops, I forgot the plus c over here. All right. Let's put them in our calculator real quick. If you got the calculator at home, do it. I don't know what the answers are because I don't have the key with me. So menu 3, and yours is going to be menu 3, 2. Change it to 3. A, comma, B, comma, C. Mazafaro, I'm going to come back to you, but I'm glad you asked that question earlier because that's going to come back right here. We're going to do this one a little bit differently. 4A plus 2B plus C. I think it was you that asked the question.
Yeah, that was me.
-6 equals. Ed is calling me. My wife has already got the heater on. You guys, anybody else have an electric blanket? They're like the best. Electric blanket on. I suggest you get one for Christmas.
My sister has a heated mattress.
What's that?
My sister has a heated mattress.
Her. And C. Boom. And anybody think those are the right answers?
No.
No.
No. So what did I do wrong?
You've got the 100. No, wait, never mind. I'm dumb.
-14.
Oh, you did for the last equation. You did the 4a. It's 4.
Thank you. Do you all see it? So don't start trying to answer questions like that, man. That's just cray-cray. Right? I got an A here. I didn't even know I did it on purpose. But that's a good point. There it is. B. All right, there's our answers. 1/2, -5, and -6. So we write that down at the bottom here. Y equals, I forgot, 1/2 x squared minus 5x minus 6. All right, so we got 2 out of 6 points now. We barely done anything. Now, here's where Mazafaro had a great question, right? This middle number has such big numbers. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one because it's got the smallest numbers, and I'm going to negate it and put it under both of these because it's a little bit easier. So I'm glad you asked that question. So let's do that. We're going to just change the signs of this one. It doesn't matter which one you use. So we're going to change it. 14 equals negative 4a minus 2b minus c. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 14 equals minus 4a minus 2b minus c. Damn, my arm's falling asleep again. See, my whole body's falling asleep. 8 equal, oh my gosh, 96a.
Oh.
Pick this problem. 8b, and then these go away. What number do I have here? Be careful with your signs, kid. Use your calculator. I don't, you know, I hate those things, but use those calculators when you're working with sign numbers. You mess one sign up and the whole thing's shot. What is this?
-4.
Beautiful. Equals 12a plus 2b. All right. What letter do you want to get rid of, kids? A or B?
B.
I concur. What are you going to multiply this one I?
8. Or
4.
Anybody else want to multiply?
-4.
How about we multiply by -4? Does that make sense, Ms. Farrell? That'll give you -8 here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to multiply the whole thing by -4. You don't like negatives. You don't have a choice this time. So -4 times -4 is 16. -4 times 12 is -48. And -4 times 2 is -8b. So we get 24 equals 48a. And now what?
Divided by 48.
48. Now, the nice thing is you already know what the answer is, so you don't accidentally write this as 2. It's 1/2 equals a. Bam. All right, which would you guys rather put the a back into? The middle equation or the right equation?
Right.
I disagree. I still hate negatives. Even though 96 is a big number, I still hate negatives. So I'm going to use this one. Because my calculator could do 96 times 1/2 really, really easily. Anybody know what 96 times 1/2 is?
48.
48. Oops, I forgot to put a plus. That's plus. So I already have a equals 1/2. I did that work. Now I'm plugging this in plus 8b. Now what?
Minus 48.
Minus 48. And I get -40 equals 8b. Anybody want to guess?
B equals -5.
Yes, ma'am. And I already knew that because there it is right there. All right, now I'm going to go back to the 3 original equations. What do you think?
The first one.
I'm going with this one. It's small numbers and it's one negative. I'm going with this one on the left. And I got white space over here. So I'm going to go, it's only got one negative. So -14 equals 4 times 1/2 plus 2 times -5 plus C. Now again, type this into your calculator. Sorry, that's a mess. It's hard to write with the way my hand is. So 4, and then just go 1/2 plus 2 times -5. Just type that whole thing in. Don't make it. There it is. -8. -8. So -14 equals -8 plus C. Add the 8 over, and I get C equals -6. Now there are 2 more of those in this packet to test. Okay, there's 2 more of those with, and again, the answer key is in Google Classroom, so you have some more practice problems if you're struggling with it. 6-point question. Here we go again. 6-point question. Oh crap! This stupid one. All right, what's the domain? This is like the easiest question.
Negative infinity to infinity.
Negative infinity to positive infinity. I apologize for the range.
Oh.
Let's say that's at, I can't even read. Is that 12? Yeah.
Yeah, that's 12.
So let's go with 12.5. So let's say the maximum point is 12.5. Careful with the range here, kids. What is it?
Negative infinity to 12.5.
Absolutely. Negative infinity to 12.5. What goes on the 12.5?
Bracket.
A bracket, because we're assuming it is part of this. Don't mess that up. Okay. All right. Where is this thing decreasing? What's it doing here, kids?
Increasing.
Increasing, and here it's decreasing.
Decreasing.
All right. Some of us besides the Cougs. What's the cutoff point?
12.5.
Did I ask range or min or max?
Oh,
I did not ask range or min or max. Glad you did it. What's the cutoff point, kids?
-1.
-1 is the cutoff point. Common mistake made using brackets on increasing, decreasing, and using y values. We use x values. So when is it decreasing? Somebody. Starting where does it decrease?
-1 to infinity.
Starting at -1 and going off to infinity. Always use parentheses for these. Somebody different, increasing.
Infinity to -1.
Close. Negative
infinity.
Negative infinity to -1, right? Starting at from way over here all the way up to, and just remember that the key is, the two key things are you're going to use x values and parentheses. Don't ever use brackets. All right, so concave up or concave down?
Concave down.
Down. It's going down. It's concave down. That's an easy one. It's just the concavity of this of the way the shape looks. All right, and then the last question: what does this mean?
Where is it like below the x-axis?
Absolutely. Geez, I have a brace on now because my arm's been bothering me so much and it keeps driving me crazy. So this is below the x-axis. All right. So would you agree that's right here and here? What are the cutoffs? What's this cutoff?
-6 and 4.
-6 and 4. So below, someone give me the left side.
-6.
So negative infinity to -6.
Yeah.
What do I put on the -6 based on what I'm asking?
A parenthesis or a bracket.
Bracket. Someone give me the other side, starting at 4.
4 to infinity.
4 to positive infinity. What do I put on the 4?
A bracket.
Bracket, because it's still got the equal to. All right, do you guys notice I threw this little u in here as well? All right, so we put open or closed circle at -6.
Closed.
Which way am I pointing?
To the left.
To the left, to the left. Open or closed circle at 4.
Closed.
Going to the
right.
Right. All right, we got one more of these. This would be like an 8-point question because I asked a couple of questions twice. Actually, it'd be 9-point question. What does that mean?
When it's above the x-axis.
Oh, what number does it start becoming above at?
-6 and 4.
-6. When does it stop becoming above?
4.
4. Brackets or parentheses?
Parentheses.
Why parentheses?
There's no equal to.
No equal to. Open or closed circle at -6.
Open.
Open.
4.
Open.
And make the dots. It should be a real quick question there, kids, as long as you know your stuff. All right, last one's a focus directrix. And then I will help you with some bonus stuff. I'm going to do 39. Oh, don't want to do 39. It's not typical. I'm going to do 38, even though 39 is the homework question. Let's just make it 39. I don't like 39. It's kind of ugly. All right, let's do this one. It's a better question. This one's a more typical question than what you're going to see tomorrow. Strategy, what are we doing?
The y minus.
2 distances. You guys remember? 2 distances.
Oh,
Distance
y plus
1. Distance 2. All right, you guys write the 2 distances down. Don't yell. Don't tell me what they are. Just write the 2 distances down real quick. All right. What's the first one?
Y
Y.
plus 2
Y
minus
2. Y minus 2. And the other one?
Square root of x plus 4 plus y minus 4.
X plus 4 plus y minus 4 squared. All right. What do we do with those two things?
Make them equal.
Set them equal to each other. Yep. At least you are a fast typer. X plus x plus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared. All right, practice double distributing things out. Remember, you're always going to have three things. Every time you double distribute them, you're going to have three things. Square, square, multiply them together, and double it. That's the middle thing. All right, we're going to square this, y squared. Multiply them together, I get 2y plus 4 equals, square this, x squared plus, multiply them together, I got 4x, that's 8x plus 16. Y squared, multiply them together, I get minus 4y, so that's minus 8y plus 16. Y squareds go.
Shouldn't it be y squared minus 4y plus 4?
Well, you're partially correct and I'm partially correct. It should be y squared, but it's definitely 8y. Multiply these two things together.
No, on the other side of the equation.
Yeah. Who's making me look bad?
I am. I'm always, that's my job, Miss Krause. It's the one thing that brings me joy.
Brings me joy to make your teacher look bad. Yes, I forgot to do that. Thank you very much. It would have come up in my checking, my arrow checking. Multiply those things and double it. I totally forgot to double it. I'm going to blame your brother. It's got to be his fault somehow. Is he here?
Oh, no. He's in his room singing.
That's the weirdest thing I've heard in a long time. So we're going to add the 8y over. So I get 4y on the left equals, I'm going to bring this 4 back. Every time I say that, I want to say I'm bringing sexy back. It's an old song. I don't know if you guys know it. I don't know why. It just goes through my head every time. So I'm bringing sexy back. Now you want me to start singing? That's not going to happen. Let's see. We got 16 minus 4 is 12 plus 16 is 28.
Oh.
Now what?
divide by 4.
Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, and I get y equals 1/4 x squared plus 2x plus 7. And again, I'm not going to do it, but menu, you're going to graph it. You're going to menu, analyze, focus, menu, analyze, directrix.
Mr. Krause,
Yes, ma'am.
do you know will we have to find like the focus or directrix on the test tomorrow, or will it just have the focus and directrix already on there for us?
So good question. Oh, by the way, let me answer that question real quick. I'm going to answer it in a second, but I'm going to answer. You reminded me of something. Which one of these is the focus directrix picture? Which one is the focus directrix picture? A, B, C, or D?
C.
B.
D is
Oh, wait. No, that's a...
Vertex is always in the middle, right?
Yeah.
The answer to your question is, I'm going to be nice to you, Miss Mazafaro.
Okay.
I'll give you what you need. Does that answer your question?
I'm
I'm going to give you those two things.
Okay.
All right. Anybody circle a question. You're like, okay, I need more help with this and want me to do one of the others. Otherwise, I'm going to work on the bonus questions and teach you guys how to do some bonus stuff. Anybody? All right, if you want to stick around, I'm working on bonus stuff. I'm going to come back to this one. This one looks really crazy bad, and it kind of is, but then it's kind of not. There'll be 5 points of bonus. That'll be one of the 3-point bonuses questions, but I'm going to cover this one first. This should be simple. Why do people leave when the bonus start happening? All right, anybody remember what we're going to do?
Don't you plug in 729 for yeah.
Because doesn't this thing just stand for the previous term? So what I would do is say A1 equals 729. And then I ask for the 6th term, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do this, and then I'm going to teach you how to cheat a little bit. A3, A4, A5, and then the final answer, which is the actual answer to the question, I'm going to write over here. All right, so remember, this thing right here just stands for previous term, right? So it's negative 1/3 times what?
729.
729 plus 81. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do, I forgot what it was. Control, let me just clean up this mess. Control division, -1/3, 729, parenthesis, plus 81. Boom. -162. Now what?
Then
Plug in 162 to the formula.
Yep, do it again. I'm just going to go like this, hit this, and I'm going to change this to parenthesis. Oops, what the heck just happened there? Maybe I'll just type it in. I'm going to show you another way to do this anyway. Isn't it just it's a -162 and plus 81? Boom, 135. And then we do it again. -135 plus 81 equals, and then -1/3 times something plus 81, and -1/3 times something plus 81. Let me show you how to cheat, because I get tired of doing all these things. So does anybody remember? You literally just type in the first number, 729, and press enter. And then you just type in the formula, control division, -1/3 times, here's the trick. See where it says answer right above this negative? You do control answer plus 81. Boom. -162, 135, 36, 69. I don't know. So this one's 36. Wait. This one's 36. This one's 69. Oops. 36. This one equals 69. And then I type in 69 here and I press enter one more time and I get 58. So the answer to the question is 58. But you guys know how to do those, right? I don't really have to go over the other one. The answers on the answer key in Google Classroom, you guys can check that out. So don't get afraid of this one. Especially if you can factor. And I'll leave one for you guys to practice with. But if you guys can factor, this isn't too bad of a question. So as long as you can factor. So what this turns out to be is it's a fraction. I know you guys are so scared of this problem. Times a fraction, times a fraction. These come out to be actually not bad question. Here's the problem. You have a fraction divided by a fraction. What do we do when we have a fraction divided by a fraction?
Multiply by the inverse.
Multiply by the reciprocal. So this is the fraction actually being divided. Here's the only tricky part about this whole problem, I think, other than the fact it's factoring, is that one needs to be flipped, because actually we're dividing. by we're dividing by that pink fraction. So the pink fraction is the one that's got to be flipped. All right. So let's start factoring. What's the GCF? Notice how this one's backwards. All right, the cube's over here. What's the GCF? It's pretty easy.
10x.
10x. So 10x. And I'm going to put it in the right order. So this would give me 6x squared. This would give me 5x. And this would give me minus, what's that, 25? All right, the bottom one I can't do anything with. I'm just going to leave that the way it is. So my first step with doing these is just get them in the right place and factor out any GCFs. If you do that, then the problem becomes a little bit more manageable. All right, let's look at this second one. This one right here. Remember, it's going on the bottom. What's the GCF of? I think it's just 2. How about 2x squared? So what am I left with? 18x squared. I'm just taking out 2x squared plus 57x plus 30. This one here I'm just going to write, but I'll factor it in a minute. All right, anything I can take out of this one? I don't think the one on the test is quite this hard. All right, here we go. So all we did now was just clean it up a little bit. All right. Now we're going to factor. This one's the easiest, so I'm going to deal with that one first. Anybody know how to factor 9x squared minus 4?
3x plus 4, or 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2.
Yeah, 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2. Perfect. Yeah, this one's probably the next easiest. It's 5x and x. Signs are both going to be the same, so they're both minus. Let's see. What multiplies up to give me 24? But if I multiply it by 5, it gives me close to 40. Anybody know a number that goes into 24 that when I multiply by 5 gets me close to 40?
8.
8.
3.
Isn't 5 times 8, 40? So how about 8 and what would this have to be?
3.
3. Does that work? 43?
Yep.
Yes. This one's probably the next easiest. (3x) and x, both signs are going to be negative. Anybody know a number that, well, this one should be pretty easy. Anybody got it? Multiply to 8.
4 and 2.
2.
4 and 2. Which one goes first?
The 4.
I think the 2
Or
does,
the
right?
2.
Because that's 12 and that's 2. All right, we're almost to the hard ones. This one's the next easiest. Actually, this one's actually really easy. Both negative. Multiplies to 23. Oh, wait, is that 23 or 20? Oh, it's 12. Sorry, I don't know why I put 23 there. It's 12. All right, what multiplies to 12, but when I when I multiply the number by 5, it gets me close to 23. Come on, what multiplies to 12?
4 and 3.
4 and 3. 4 times 5 is 20, right? So 4 and 3. And then we got the hard one. And then we're done. Well, almost done. Now here's, oh, wait, I didn't do this middle one either. This middle one sucks too. Oh, you know what? We didn't take out the GCF. Son of a gun. It's not 2x squared. Because 3 goes into all these. So 6 is the GCF. Sorry about that. 6x squared is the GCF. So let's see. How many times is 6 going to 36? That's 6x squared.
Would we ever have to do a problem like this on like a test, or would it only be bonus?
Oh, it's bonus. But
Okay.
later on in the year, it's going to be on the test. So 114 divided by 6, I have no idea. And it looks bad, but just most of you guys can muscle your way through most of this. And this is going to be worth like 6% bonus, so that's pretty good. And then 6 goes into 60, 10. So, all right, here we go. Let's do this one over here. See how I got a 3x here? I'm thinking this is going to be 3x and 2x. Anybody got it? Multiply to 25. What do you think?
I'm so tired.
5 and 5. Almost done, Mazzaparo. Stop whining. All right, what are the signs? Which one's the signs? What do we got? Answer your phone. Which one we answer? This one's minus, this one's plus. Anybody want to guess what this factoring is? Anybody? Well, both signs are plus, and it multiplies to 10, so it's 5 and 2, so 5 and 2. All right, once you got the factoring done, and I know this looks crazy bad, but once you have the factoring done, now it's the fun part. You just go, okay, that cancels with that. This 3x minus 2 cancels with that 3x minus 2. That cancels with that. 2x plus 5 cancels with that. That 3x minus 2 cancels with that. This x minus 8 cancels with that x minus 8. How about this 10 and this 6? Is there any number that goes into 10 and 6? Anybody? A number that goes into 10 and into 6?
2.
2 goes in there 5 times. 2 goes in there 3 times. Who has more x's? The top or the bottom? That would be the bottom. Good. So this 1x cancels with this 1x. And then we're done. That's it. The answer's over. So in the numerator, there's only 2 things left in the numerator, this and this. So it's 5, 3x minus 5, all over 3x. Now, if you finish the test early and you want to try that problem, first of all, the other bonus is easier. But if you want to try that problem, that's the one where you're going to earn the most bonus points. And here's another practice problem for you. And the answer key's in the Google Classroom. So I can do that. I could do this with you if you guys want to stick around, or I could go through any other problem. Any other problem that you might want to go over. And if anybody wants to stick around, I can do that one with you if you think you're going to try it. Does anybody have any other question on the whole thing that you want me to do? You just really not the most the most sure of.
Can we go over one of them?
Yeah, which one? I'll do anything you want. Something you circled?
Yeah, I just have to find it.
It's the one with a circle around it. Anybody else got a problem they want to do while we're waiting?
Yeah, with those questions, number 7.
Number 7?
Yeah. So what's the answer for that question?
So you want me to make up one like you might see? Good question. How about this? Hold on, I gotta do it on my paper here. Hold on. It's a good question. So here, how about this? I'll give you an example. Let's say I give you the equation y equals 3x squared minus 8x plus, let's say k. Who cares what it is? And I say, okay, here are your answers. 2, 4, 8, and 10. And I want real rational roots. I want 2 real rational roots. So which is the right answer to give me 2 real rational roots? Well, what would you do to go solve this question? What would you do? 2 real rational roots. What would you do?
Plug all that in for the discriminant.
Plug them in. See which one works. 2 real rational roots. Now, if it's 2 real rational roots, what am I looking for?
Perfect squares.
I'm looking for a perfect square. So I say, all right, D equals 64 minus 4 times 3 times, here are my 4 answers. I'm just going to try them. So I come over to the dumb machine. I go, okay, 64 minus 4 times 3 times, all right, what's the first question? 2. Is that going to give me real rational roots? Nope, because I don't know what the square root of 40 is. All right, that one's out. Let me try 4. Boom. Is that going to give me real rational roots? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's my
Yeah.
answer. Boom, done. What if I ask for imaginary roots? You're like, oh, I better be looking for a negative. I'm like, all right, 8. That's negative. That would be imaginary roots. So 12 would also get, 10 would also give you. But if I ask for real rationals, you're like, all right, plugged it in, looking for a perfect square. There it is.
So in the question, it will ask you for like the real rational.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
either probably ask real rational or real irrational. If I ask for irrational, it'd be A. If I ask for rational, it'd be B. If I ask for imaginary, it'd actually be A, C, or D would be imaginary. Of course,
Okay.
only one of them would work. D, did you find that question you want me to cover?
Can you go over 21?
21. You got it, sister. 21. Didn't I do 21?
Yeah.
That's the same question he just asked me. Did you see what I did?
Yeah, but I'm still confused.
All right, let me do it one more time. Let me make up another one, okay? They're a pain to make up. Give me a second. Nope, that's not going to work. Just because they're hard to make up. Can you guys see my calculator or no?
No.
Good.
No.
Oh, man. All right, so let's go. Let's try this. Another problem, another example problem. Let's say I give you this equation: y equals 6x squared minus 12x plus k, and I'm going to give you some answers. So I'm going to give you either 6, a is 6, b is 3, c is 10, and D is I don't know. Hold on, let me try one more thing. Oh, whatever. D's not the right answer. And I say, okay, here's your answers. I want you to tell me, what are you going to put in for K to get real, irrational, and 2 roots? Real, irrational, and 2 roots. Well, the only thing you need to know is you're going to plug in 6 and you're going to do the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. All right, so b squared is 36 minus 4. Oh, wait, that's a 12. B squared is 144 minus 4 times 6 times either 6, 3, or 10 Plug them in. See what you get. So anytime I'm talking about real, rational, irrational, imaginary, I'm talking about the discriminant. So you come over to your calculator and you type this crap in. So you go, okay. 144 minus 4 times 6 times 6. Oh, I get 0. Well, does 0 give me 2 roots or 1 root?
1.
1 root. So I want that one. Let's try 3. Boom. 72. 72. Is that a perfect square?
No.
Nope. So that would be irrational. And it would be 2 roots. So that's the answer to the question. If I plugged in 10, if I plugged in 10, I would get negative number, and that would be imaginary roots. All right. So the only thing I can suggest is that you plug in the numbers that I give you and try them. And then if I ask for rational, you're looking for perfect squares. If I ask for irrationals, you're not looking for perfect squares. Is that okay?
Yes.
Best I can do on that one, kiddo. Anybody else want another question for me to cover? That's what I'm here for. Any one of the other questions that you're just not sure of? Anything you might have circled, you say, I'm not really sure about that one. Does anybody want me to cover that extra bonus question?
I'll take the extra bonus question.
You want to take? All right, let's take a look at it. They look crazy bad, but they're not too bad. So, by the way, for those of you that don't have any more questions, you can always go try the other problems on your own. And again, the answer key's up in Google Classroom. You can try getting them on your own. And if you can't, I'm going to be in school kind of early tomorrow. You can come by and see me. All right. So here's the trick to this one. Let's see which. All right. So again, don't worry about these ones too bad. I got this one, that fraction divided by the pink fraction. So which fraction gets flipped?
The pink one?
The pink one. So this is the one that's going to get flipped because you're dividing one fraction divided by another. So it's going to turn into, can you persevere and muscle through factoring? And I think all of you that are in here can. So let's see. This one's easy. This one I'm not going to touch because there's nothing to do with it. It's 2x plus 5. Again, my first step is just to see if there's a GCF. If there's a GCF, I'm going to take it. My next step will be to factor it. How about this one? Do you think there's a GCF? It's at least 5, right? It could be 15.
5x?
It could be 5x or it could be 15. So I'm going to take 240 and divide by 15. Yep. And then I'm going to take 130 and divide by 15. Oh, so it's definitely just 5x. So I'm going to take a 5x. Notice how it's also written backwards. So I'm going to rewrite it the right way. 3x squared. Just that the cube comes last. 5 into that, that's 26. And then 5 into 240, 48. And again, you would just come over here and just do 130 divided by 5. I'm just checking my work anyway. And then 240 divided by 5, and you get 48. Okay, so there's that. Is there a GCF on this one?
No.
Nope, but it goes on the bottom. So we're doing two things right now. We're looking for a GCF and we're putting things in the right place. And no GCF on this one, so I'm just going to put that up here. How about this one up here, GCF?
10.
10. So 2x squared minus, 15x minus 18. And this one, no GCF. All righty, now we factor. And I always pick the easiest one first. This is the easiest one. Anybody got that 4x squared minus 9?
2x plus 3, 2x minus.
Rock on. 2x plus 3. 2x minus 3. I'm going to go to this one next because it's got a plus here and it's got a 3 out front. So I think that's pretty easy. Always do the easy ones. Both of them are going to be minuses. All right. What can I multiply by? What do we got here? I hope I wrote this one right. Anybody got this one? Let's see. If I put 3 and so I can't put a 6 here. I could put a 6 here. No, 6 ain't going to work. 8? 8's not going to work. 4? How about 4 and 8? Does that work? You guys like that or no?
Yeah.
12 and 8? All right. This is the next easiest one because, again, it's got a prime number out front and it's a plus. So they're both negatives. What multiplies this 12? What can't I put here?
2.
Anything that's even. So the only odd number that goes into 12 is 3. 3 times what? Come on, kids. We're going to be here all day. 4. Good. All right. This one's not too bad. 2x and x. I see this 2x minus 3 down here. I'm thinking this one might be 2x minus 3 too. If that's true, what's this one got to be? Wouldn't this one have to be plus 6? Does that work? Yes or no? It does not.
Yes.
It does not. But if I make this plus and this minus, it works, doesn't it? Because that's negative. Oh, wait. Maybe that did work. That's, oh, yeah, that does work. That's 12. Wait, no, I need negative 15, don't I? What did I screw up? That's not working. How about 9 and 2? Does that work? Uh-oh. I hope I copied this problem down right. Did anybody see what I'm doing wrong? Generally shouldn't be too difficult questions. I'm going to come back to that one. I'll figure out what it's supposed to be in a minute. Let's do this one. I might have written it down wrong. I guarantee the one on the test works. I might have written it down wrong. Let's go to this one. 3x and x, both are negatives. I should have gone to this one next anyway. Let's see. I can't put a 6. I can put a 6 here.
Mr. Krause, the one you're trying to figure out, you wrote it down wrong. You wrote minus 15. It should be minus 3x.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because I took out a 10. It should be minus 3x. Thank you. So this 6 and 3, does that work? No. What am I doing? 9 and 2.
And there also shouldn't be a minus. It also shouldn't be 2x. It should just be 10 parentheses x squared minus 3x minus 18.
Guys, it's late. Yeah, it's late. I took out a 10. It should be this. Okay. My goodness. All right. So it's definitely 6 and no, 6 here and 3 on the other one. Wow. Good catch. So we took out a 10x squared on this. It should be x squared minus 3x minus 18. And okay, that turned out much easier. All right. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Was that, Chloe? It's your second time tonight. You're crushing me. All right. How about this one? 8 and 6. How about 8 here and 6 here? Does that work? 18 and 8. That's 26. All right, we got one last one. Yay. Now here's what on this one. This one could be 4x and x or 2x and 2x, but I don't see any 4x's anywhere. So I'm going to make it 2x and 2x. And I know they're both pluses. Anybody got it? It's got to be 5 and 3, right? Or no? 5 and 3? All right. That's it. We have fun now. 2x plus 5. 2x plus 5. 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3. 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3. X minus 4. X minus 4. 3x minus 8. 3x minus 8. X minus 6. X minus 6. How about the 10 and the 5? Does something go into 10 and 5? Come on, kids. 10 and 5.
2.
How many times does 2 go into 5? Doesn't 5 go into itself once and 5 goes into 10 2 times? All right. Now, if you did this neatly, the only things you guys got left over on top is a 2 and an x minus 3. And on the bottom, you have a x. And that is your answer. Now, what I would suggest, do the recursive bonus first. And then if you can, muscle your way through this one. Take your time, muscle your way through this one. All right, I'll stick around. Otherwise, only if you ask me questions. If there's anything at all you want me to help you with.
I have two questions.
Have a good night, Mr. Krause.
All right, Connor, what's your question? Have a good night, Rossman.
Do you want us to turn in this packet tomorrow morning?
It's part of your homework, so yes.
All right, and number 2, can you do one more complete the square one?
Yep. Is there a problem? Let's see.
Oh, I have a question. Are we supposed to finish the rest of this packet?
Nope. The ones we did are the ones you had for homework. Let me do this one because it's tough. So normally I would divide by 3, but notice I can't divide 24 by 3. So I'm going to move that 20 over first, just to make my life a little easier. I'm going to add it over. So what I get is negative 3x squared. I don't think I'm this much of a jerk on the test, by the way. Right? Okay, let's say you started with that problem first, Connor. What would you do?
Get the x squared alone.
Yeah. So I'm going to divide by negative 3.
Yeah, I meant like singular. Just
Yeah, I know what you meant. All right, that's why I questioned it first, and then I'm like, oh, that's what he meant. Okay, so we're going to end up with x squared minus 8x equals negative 8. Now what, sir?
Move the negative 8 to the other side.
Well, no, actually, I want that over there because complete the square says we put a square on both sides.
Okay.
So that's the one where we want a square on both sides. I'll do a vertex one later if that one. So minus 8 plus square. All right, Connor, what goes in the square, buddy?
16.
16. Totally agree. So what is this?
Minus 4, x minus 4 squared.
X minus 4 squared equals
8.
8. Now what?
Square both sides.
Square root both sides. And don't forget a what?
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus. So I end up with x minus 4 equals plus or minus. All right, what perfect square goes into 8?
4.
So what is this equal to? Square root of 8, what is that equal to?
2 square roots of 4.
2 square roots of 2, right?
2.
Maybe you need to write it. Maybe make sure you wite 4 times 2, and you go, oh, yeah, it's 2 square roots of 2. And then we slide the 4 over. And just check it real quick. Make sure you check it. All right, you're going to store it into x, type in the left side, and then verify that that equals 4. Do you want me to do it real quick or no?
Yeah, I don't got one of those calculators.
Okay, so let's check it. I think you meant to say you don't have one of those calculators, right?
Yeah.
So 4 plus 2, I'm just kidding, man. 2 square roots of 2. We're going to store that into x.
Holy shit, holy.
Hey, holy crap, holy potty mouth. What'd you forget? No, I meant potty mouth. She's like, she must have forgotten something.
Oh.
Probably forgot to do a homework assignment.
I may have forgotten to mute myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Don't worry about it. It's not being recorded or anything. So negative 3x squared plus 24x minus 20. I press my in. I go 4. Woo-hoo. Done. Perfect. Got it. Nailed it. You got it?
Yeah, I'm all good.
All right. Anybody else? Another question? Even potty mouth. I can do anything you want. I can do another vertex
Can you go over
question.
39?
39. Ooh, 39. Where the heck did it go? Oh, so you want me to is there another one besides this one that's focus and directrix? This one just turns out to be kind of ugly. Hold on, let me look real quick. How about we do 18?
Okay.
You won't have one like 39. I'm gonna do one like 18. How about this one? You ready?
That one.
Same thing, right? X, Y. We're gonna find two distances. The distance between this and this. Actually, this is this is the same kind of a question. Actually, this is the same kind of question, but this one's not bad either. We're gonna do the distance between that, and then that and that. All right. So what's D1?
X.
Start with Y. We're going to do Y minus this.
And
What's
Y
Y minus this? Y minus -2 turns out to be Y plus 2. Okay. And then we're going to do the distance formula. So it's X minus 3. So X minus -3. What does that put in the parentheses?
X plus 3 squared.
X plus 3 squared plus Y minus 0 squared. That's why it's a little weird because you don't, this 0 squared here, there'll be a number there, I'm sure, tomorrow. So now what do we do with these two things?
You set them equal to each other.
Set them equal to each other. So Y plus 2 equals. And then we square everything.
Yeah.
You got to wave your hands around like that too. You square everything because that makes the problem easier when you do that. Or it just makes you look stupid in class. But one of the two. All right, square this for me. Let's go. What do we got?
X squared plus 4y plus 4.
Yep. Y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals.
X squared plus 6x plus 9.
9 equals. And then you could do this one, but this is just plus y squared. That's why it turns out to be a weird question because this just turns out to be just plus y squared. But you would normally double distribute all that out, okay?
Yep.
So then the y squareds cancel.
Mm-hmm.
Normally there would be a y over here to bring over. So just remember that. But right now there isn't. So I just bring the 4 back, bringing sexy back. So I get 4y equals x squared plus 6x. That's 9 minus, that's a 4, which is equal to plus 5. Now what do I do?
I don't know.
Divide by 4? You just get y by itself. You divide by 4. So I end up with y equals, this is 1/4. This turns out to be an ugly question. 1/4 x squared plus 6/4 plus 5/4. Why I made that one so crazy? And then you just do menu, analyze, annualize. I'm getting way past my bedtime. Anybody else? It's 10 o'clock. Actually, it's after 10. Holy mackerel. It's way past my bedtime. Nobody wants to see another vertex question? You guys can do like this one.
Can you do that one?
I can. It's because it's my first name. So whenever I ask the vertex question, I want you to go, oh, that's that easy one, plus and minus a box. Oh, yeah. So y equals x squared minus 18x plus a box. Move the 18 over, get rid of it, and then minus a box. Oops. This is on like page 2, I think. you see what I did there? Just push this over. These would get rid of each other. What goes in the box?
81.
81. So could you factor this?
Oh, x minus 9.
Yep. And then I don't know what these add up to. Let's see. That's 13 minus 13. So what's the vertex?
9, 13. 9, 13.
9 negative 13. And my x's symmetry?
X equals 9.
X equals 9. And you know how to check those or no?
No.
What?
No.
What do you think we're going to do with this right here?
Plug it in like calculator.
Yeah, graph the thing. Yeah, we just come over here and graph the thing. I forgot what it is already. X squared. Now, if you can't see it, oops. Damn. X squared minus 18x plus 68. You're not going to be able to see this one. Oh, you can see most of it. I don't think you just kind of grab your glove and just move it around so you can see it. And then what I would do is find the vertex. So menu, analyze. And then you can just do vertex if you want. Click on it. There it is. 9 negative 13. Menu, analyze, direct axis of symmetry. I hope I clicked on that. X equals 9. But then this is the one thing I didn't show it today is I don't think I showed you press tab and you go, okay, X minus 9, 9, and then you square it and then minus 13. It should like land right on top of that one. Bam, there it is. And you know you nailed it if it does that. But the key is doing these so that you make sure you don't screw this up. All right, kids, I got to end so this video goes. I think I've done enough. There's a lot of answers in the Google Classroom. You can check those and kind of do those on your own. Other than that, I catch you on the flip side. Joe, I don't have time tomorrow. Can we do it on Tuesday, 8 set? Which would be
sure.
like 112. Tuesday, 8 set tomorrow.
At 112? Okay.
Have a
Yeah,
good
112.
night.
That works for me.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
I'll send you a Google invite, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Can I print the test out too? So I have in paper.
No, I won't send you the test. You're gonna do it on a piece of paper. I'll explain how it works when you get there, okay, buddy?
All right. Sounds good.
All right, see you, bud. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else? You guys taking off?
Bye, Mr. Krause.
Bye, Potty Mouse. See you tomorrow. Ethan, you fall asleep? How the heck do you stop this thing?